Chamber, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to
the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May you please read the open public meeting statement.
Adequate notice of this meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Roxbury was given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act as follows. On December 31st, 2024, notice was emailed and faxed. Emailed and faxed to the Daily Record, the North Star Ledger, the West Morris Reporter, and published in the Daily Record. Notice shall also remain posted throughout the year on the bulletin board in the main hallway of the municipal building.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilwoman Albright.
I am here.
Councilman Carey. Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Here.
Councilman DiFilippo.
Here.
Councilman Hall.
Here.
Councilman Riley.
Here.
Mayor Patillo.
Here. Thank you. That brings us to item 4, presentation of awards, etc. So this is when we get to do something very fun here in Chambers. And tonight we will be recognizing the Roxbury High School ice hockey team. So first I'd like to congratulate Coach Bembo and the 2025 Haas Cup champions, our own Roxbury High School ice hockey team. The Haas Cup began in the year 2000, and this is its 26th year of holding the tournament. The team that will be coming in just a minute, they've won the Halverson Cup twice, one in 2016 and one in 2017. But winning this tournament breaks a 17-year drought of being Haas Cup champions. No small feat. Congratulations, boys. This year, our champions completed their season with a 16-5 record, including 2 very impressive tournament wins in the semifinals and the final game of the tournament. During the semifinal game, they overcame being down 4-1 with 4 minutes remaining in regular time before tying it and bringing the game to overtime, where they defeated Parsippany Regional High School. They carried this momentum to the final game, where they beat the High Point Wallkill Valley Kittatinny Regional team with a score of 4-2. Again, this is no small feat, and I hope all these boys are as proud of themselves as I'm sure their families are, as I'm sure their coaches are, and I know that Roxbury Township is. Congratulations to the 2025 Haas Cup champions, the Roxbury High School ice hockey team. Before I invite the coach up, we have our Assemblyman Mike and Gandamore here with us, who I'd like to offer some time. Please come up and.
Are we going to have these guys inside the room?
Yeah, actually, can they come stand over here?
Coach, over here.
Come on in from the hallway, but that way you can hear us. I hope you heard what the mayor had to say. Come on in.
Yeah, just have them line up right there.
Well, I thank you very much, Mayor, for the opportunity to say hello and congratulations to the team. I'm Mike Ganamort, one of your District 24 legislators, proud to represent Roxbury, and proud to be here tonight. The mayor sort of gave us the play-by-play of the game, and although I wasn't there, I didn't watch it, I did read about it. Thank you, Fred, and thank you, Mike, from the papers here in town. And I was getting anxious just reading it. The 4-1, then the 2-2. I think there was a minute and a quarter left. One more. Bop, bop, bop. So it was a hell of a game, and you guys pulled it off. Beating, incidentally, Kittatinny, High Point, Wallkill Valley. I represent all 3 of those towns, so don't get me in any trouble tonight. But very happy and proud to congratulate Roxbury for the big win. The citation I have for you tonight is for the coach. We are going to have citations for each of the players, and it congratulates you for winning the Haas Cup. I also want to congratulate you for your hard work, your tenacity, your teamwork throughout the entire season, but also the way you started it, dedicating the season to your former captain, Gavin. I think that was extraordinary. It was the right thing to do. I hope that you took the ice with a little extra pride, a little something extra in your chest, because that was the right thing to do. What a great way to start your season. And if I could do this citation again, I think I might add that, because that's an extraordinary indication of your team's character and what you value most. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for honoring your former captain, and good on you for winning the Haas Cup. So congratulations, gentlemen.
Coach, you want to say a few words about your extraordinary team?
Absolutely. Listen, it was not an easy start to our season, but it was a season that brought us all closer together. We didn't have a lot of guys. We only had 17, but like I said, we had the right 17 all season long. 16-5 is quite an accomplishment. We are undefeated in our divisional play, and going undefeated in any division is never easy. One of the things we talked about early in the season, in fact, when we meet for the first time, is that one of the things that Scholastic Sports offers is the ability for this to happen, for you to represent something that's bigger than just your name, the name on the back of your shirt, or the school on the front of your shirt, or even your family, this entire community. And I think we found out this year that we're just a microcosm of the bigger community here. And we get tremendous support, and we thank everyone for their support, and we hope we see you back here again next year. So thank you guys for your great work. They put in a great effort this season, and it's a long season, so congratulations to you guys. Recognitions, I guess, in some name form. So first we have assistant coach Justin Spargo. Captain Ryan Van Zyl. He was also the divisional MVP this season. Captain Griffin Warsaw. Junior forward Alvin. Junior forward Michael Nelson. Freshman defenseman Jesse Ambrosi. Jesse scored 2 goals in his career at Roxbury. The first one was the game-tying goal against Parsippany, and the second one was the game-winning goal against High Point in the playoffs. So 2 great first goals. Senior Julia Katz. And senior Amanda Katz.
There you go, ladies.
You can come closer if you want. You don't have to stand in the back. If anyone you want to get a better one.
No pressure.
Great job, everybody.
You got the agenda? Yeah. I didn't pick one up, so.
I mean, this is it. They're considering it some proposed ordinances, but it's ordinances for purchasing materials.
I see.
Vehicles, that sort of thing. It is, again, when it jumps out in that it's released.
All right, that brings us to item 5 on the agenda, approval of minutes. March 5th. Motion and second, any discussion? Roll call.
Councilwoman Albrecht. Yes. Deputy Mayor Crowley. Councilman DiFilippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hall.
Yes.
Councilman Riley. Mayor Patillo.
Yes. This brings us to our first public portion. If anyone in the audience wishes to be heard on any topic, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record.
Olson, Mill Road, Berkshire Raleigh. I I did send an email to everyone concerning the traffic and speeding problem we've been having. And we don't have the police presence that Second Ledge would have. Totally understandable that there's an issue nobody can get away from, but we really need somebody in Berkshire Valley to keep an eye on what's going on. The second issue was the path that came down into the playground, the park area. It was destroyed when the new residents in the church put in a septic system. Now, their property line, the path was outside the property line. I don't care where their path is, I don't care where their sewer is, I don't care about any of that. We just need a new path to go down to the park.
So Mrs. Olson, we did get your email,
Mhm.
and our chief of police was right here, and he
Okay.
gave me the nod that, our request was heard, and that, you know, there'll be more presence down in, Berkshire Valley.
I'll put it out first thing tomorrow. I'll get selected before she's there.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
And, we also are looking into the path
Okay.
to see what, or if the township can do anything to put that path back in place.
There's a place to put it, so,
I'll let the DPW go down and take a look
Thank you.
and
thank
take a
you.
look at that.
Because people who live 2 houses away shouldn't have to walk on Berkshire Valley Road or drive around the block in order to park in the parking lot to access the tennis courts or the playground, or there should be a path.
All right, the DPW's take a look at it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, thank you. Anybody else in the public wish to be heard on any topic? Seeing now, I'll close public. This brings us to item 7, reports of council liaison, representative, council committee, and new and old business. Councilman Hall.
Thank you, Mayor. Meetings are rust, it seems, this last week or so. We had the annual Daycon. Unfortunately, the weather didn't really participate, but we did have the pictures with the bunny and some handouts at that point. Thought it went well. We had a meeting with the Affordable Housing Committee. I'm gonna pretty much let Bob and Jim take that one, but plenty to discuss, and it looks like we're meeting again next week, John. So more to come on that. We had a meeting in the 250th anniversary planning committee. Very interesting meeting, a lot of really good ideas. So we're going to continue that into the future, preparing for next year's big event. We also had a meeting of the Parks Building Committee. That's Jim and the mayor, and we reviewed a number of different plans for that Parks Building. So more to come. We saw our first rendering, and we had some comments, and we'll be meeting again soon on that. And this Saturday is the Triple Lake Stream cleanup. So we'll be meeting with the Environmental Commission, and Reardon Headwaters Association does a great job in cleaning up within Roxbury on Saturday for that purpose. And hopefully we'll keep it clean. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Hall. Councilwoman Albrecht?
Thank you, Mayor. With the Route 80 traffic, question that has been brought up at the senior meeting, John, is the state of the Landing Bridge project, especially those residents that live in Landing. They're concerned about not getting in and out. So is Landing Bridge still on target?
The county's not gonna do that work.
Okay.
Well, I still think that's planned, that was planned to start not until construction, probably at least until fall, something like that. So depending on the state's timetable on Interstate 80, which we have not dates, right? We don't know how accurate that'll be. It should be okay, but I'm sure they're very cognizant of the county as of other closures. If for some reason 80 can still be closed, hopefully it won't be, my goodness, for that long.
I know, right? Okay, like I said, they're concerned because there's, between that and Howard Boulevard construction, they'll be kind of landlocked in there.
Mayor, we can add a little bit of
color to that. Just coincidentally, work has not stopped on the landing bay project. There's lots and lots of work going on, engineering work, and breaking ground work is not likely to happen during this, in the near future.
We're anticipating an update on the 29th from the county.
Yes. Yeah, they'll be at the meeting, at the neighborhood meeting in Landon.
Beautiful. Okay, the library hosted their Roxbury Arts Festival, which was great. A bunch of us were there. Sophia's has opened up a new restaurant, so that's always fun. And good job to our hockey team. And that's all I have. Thanks.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Thank you, Mayor. Most of my committees are like VACCON, Commission, EDC, Open Space, until a little bit later. This one is still a little early, so I will report on them once we've had the meeting. I do have one question for Mr. Shepherd, and that is, where are we on the Ealing Avenue design?
For the sidewalk. Yeah, council's authorized the contract with our surveyor, so we have that ready to go. We're in contact with him. We just need to get him started, and we've been following up with him. As soon as we have that survey work done, we'll be able to design the project in-house. Once we have some initial design done, we'll be ready to meet with the residents. We can show them what the project looks like.
Is he started yet?
The surveyor, as of last week, he had not started.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Councilman Riley?
Fred covered most of my items, but I would like to just put council on notice again, the code committee that's meeting. We're on some pretty tight timelines for these, so we will have to take action rather quickly. So we're trying to work as much as possible. Like yesterday, we're meeting again in 2 weeks. So water hasn't stopped. We'll try to get you guys as much information as soon as possible. That's it.
Thank you, sir. Councilman DiFilippo?
Yeah, just to pick up briefly on that, and that's because Roxbury, as it has always, is doing everything it can to comply with the new standards set by the state for affordable housing. So we're doing our best to do it in a thoughtful, planned way that doesn't hurt the township, but it satisfies the need for affordable housing in Roxbury. Councilman Paul was correct. It's just been very busy. There was a meeting conducted recently here in Town Hall by the Raritan Headwaters Group. And I want to commend them for staying on this concerning the Hercules property. And they had representatives from the Hercules property, Ed Meeks, who all of us on the council are familiar with Ed. And I got to commend Ed because for Ashland, the owners of Hercules, Ed Meeks is the point of the spear. He's the guy that we talked to about that. He told the group that, and there must have been about 20 or so people in the room. He told the group basically that the cleanup continues, and they expect cleanup by 2029, which is maybe a little earlier than we had all heard before, but pretty much consistent with what we've been hearing. And so really my only point here is that it's great to keep focused on the Hercules property. It's a very large property in Roxbury and in Morris County, and whatever happens there is likely to change the character and could change the character of our township. So thanks again to the Raritan Headwaters for holding that meeting, and we'll keep community posted on any new developments there. I just wanted to mention one more time the art show. Councilman Albrecht mentioned it, but this is a great opportunity for the community to come together. A lot of community groups were there, but and children, it was a kind of a rainy, miserable day, so it was nice to be in the library. The mayor showed up, so once again, nice job by our library staff, and a really nice program for the weekend. And that's That's it for me, Mayor, sorry to take up so much time.
Thank you. This Saturday, as Councilman Hall mentioned, Clean Communities Day, even here in Roxbury. If anyone's interested, you can reach out to Kellyanne Keys. Cleanup start about 9 a.m. I will be out in Center Street in Port Morris with the Interact kids, so if you're in that area, please be careful. That's all I have. Amy, anything?
I do not.
Thank you. Senator?
So, in furtherance of the 250th anniversary of our nation, on April 18th will be the 250th anniversary of Paul Revere's famous rod. The county has proposed that folks on that Friday night, the 18th, put in their windows 2 lanterns, as was displayed 250 years ago to indicate that the British were coming by sea. So, I think it's an interesting concept, and I'm gonna see if I can find 2 lanterns to put in my window.
Candles, do candles work?
Candles, anything you got.
Anything you got that lights up, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
And that's April 18th?
that's April 18th. I sent a copy of that to, of the details to Councilman Hall, since he's on the committee.
Thank you, Senator. Anything else? No?
Thank you, Mayor.
John?
All good.
You're good?
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. That brings us, item 8, matters requested, referred by council members, managers, attorney, and clerk. There are none. Brings us to item 9, introduction of proposed ordinances. First ordinance being proposed, 0325, capital ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements and the acquisition of new additional or replacement equipment and machinery, new information technology equipment, and new automotive vehicles by and for the Township of Roxbury in the County of Morris, State of New Jersey, and to appropriate the sum of $3,943,000 from various grants, open space trust fund, and the capital improvement fund of the township to pay the cost thereof. The second reading will be April 22nd. Can I have a motion?
Move for introduction. I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this ordinance?
I think it's a responsible capital budget.
Thank you. Roll call?
Councilwoman Albrecht.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Yes.
Councilman DeFilippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hall.
Yes.
Councilman Riley.
Yes.
Mayor Patillo.
Yes. On to the second ordinance being proposed today, 0425, capital ordinance of the Township of Roxbury in the County of Morris, New Jersey, authorizing the making of various water system improvements and the acquisitions of a new automotive vehicle, including original apparatus and equipment, in and by and for the water utility of the township, appropriating therefore the sum of $202,000 from the water utility capital improvement fund of the township. Second reading is also April 22nd. Can I have a motion?
I'll move 0425, Mayor.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this ordinance? Seeing none, roll call?
Councilwoman Albrecht.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Yes.
Councilman DeFilippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hall.
Yes.
Councilman Riley.
Yes.
Mayor Patillo.
Yes. And our third ordinance, 0525, capital ordinance of the Township of Roxbury in the County of Morris, New Jersey, authorizing the making of various sanitary sewer system improvements in and by and for the sewer utility of the township, appropriating therefore the sum of $1,154,000 from the sewer utility capital improvement fund of the township. This second reading is also April 22nd. May I have a motion?
I'd like to move 0525 also, Mayor.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
First, a second, a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call?
Councilwoman Albrecht.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Yes.
Councilman DeFilippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hall.
Yes.
Councilman Riley.
Yes.
Mayor Patillo.
Yes. That moves us on to item 10, hearing and adoption of ordinances on second reading. There are none. Item 11, introduction and adoption of resolutions.
Yeah, Mayor, I'll move 2025-092 to include 2025-093 through 2025-099.
Thank you. Have a second? Second. Any discussion on it, on any resolution?
Yeah, just
Mayor? Oh, I'm sorry, Jim, go ahead.
Fred,
a couple of things here. As far as the resolution for the shared services agreement for the maps 2025-093, are we doing that because the company went out of business? We just went to a new firm?
No, it's the same mapping company that's been used for years. The license agreement that Morris County had in the past provided more of an opportunity for them to share that license throughout the county at no cost. The company, Nearmap's, no longer providing that opportunity to share at that level. So we either can do this or we won't have access to the service. Unfortunately, we had a lot of good years, from a cost standpoint, but unfortunately, we're at a place right now where the county can't do that anymore.
On the same resolution, to what extent do we use this?
Nearmap, it's used by every department. I mean, it's a very detailed mapping program. It provides measurement opportunities. Every map that I send you, that I create, that we do with affordable housing, they're all on Nearmap. That's how they're created. So it's a measurement tool. Provided the mayor some recent measurements, he was looking at something related to the EDA, right? So you could do it immediately on there. So it's ingrained in all the departments that use mapping, right? So some of the departments that don't, obviously, they have no use, but it's being used by engineering, it's being used by planning and zoning.
I just wanted to get an idea.
Yeah.
It's the GIS.
The GIS is separate from that, right? So the GIS system's separate from that, but Nearmap's a tool that's it's just invaluable. You can do so much with it, and the data, it's updated every few months. It is aerial data, it's updated continuously.
They use drones for that?
I'm not sure. I mean, they might. I don't know how they do that aerial.
I would assume so. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion?
Just one other thing, Mayor, 2025-098, did you lose a bet, John?
Well, it was, I tried to give it to Tony, but he refused, so he was kind enough to draw the resolution up for me, though. He's a great guy.
Roll call, Amy?
Councilwoman Albrecht.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Yes.
Councilman DeFilippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hall.
Yes.
Councilman Riley.
Yes.
Mayor Patillo.
Yes. This brings us to item 12, personnel change or none. 13, communications, any discussion on April 4th, 2025? Said yes. No. Seeing none, moving on. This brings us to our second public portion. Does anybody in the public wish to be heard on any topic? Please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, close public. Item 15, executive session tonight.
No.
Well, that was funny. Mayor, can I have a minute, just 1 minute?
Absolutely.
Before we close. I know this is gonna be difficult, but, our businesses continue to struggle, especially in the morning and in the evening, and the problem is completely understandable. Residents don't wanna get stuck in the traffic going to their local merchants. So, I'm asking, and I know the mayor has also posted shop local stickers, is just, if you can, patronize our local businesses. I know it might be hard to do, but if you could just make the extra effort, I think they would appreciate it too. So, just like shop local. It's not Christmas, but you should shop local.
Okay.
All right, that's it. Oh, down here.
So I couldn't agree more. Anybody that can get out and visit these establishments, they really need it. Some are down as much as 40%, maybe more by this point in sales, and revenue. The good news is that, the federal government, the Small Business Administration has set up shop in Wharton. They have, money available through loans. Many of the small businesses don't want to take additional loans. I understand that, and I couldn't agree with their position, just coming off of COVID. So, through the work, with the governor's office and the Economic Development Authority, tomorrow I expect the EDA to approve a $5 million grant program for these small businesses that, will have an opportunity to apply if they lost $1,000 or more in the first quarter. And, there'll be loans of anywhere from, I believe, $1,000 all the way up to like $15,000.
Loans or grants?
Grants, I'm sorry, there'll be grants, which will not have to be paid back, which will be a welcome relief to the small businesses. So I anticipate that program being approved tomorrow morning, in front of the EDA board, and then they will roll out, the program.
Economic development, I
I've
think.
suggested to them that
New Jersey.
they also set up shop in Wharton, which is considered ground zero. But it's also my understanding that not only are they gonna do a live session, that people can bring their laptops and can log in and get walked through the process of applying, but they're also probably gonna do 2 video sessions as well to help the small business owners get through this,
Yeah, let's hope it's not better than the PPP program, but feds during COVID, where big corporations got a ton of money, and small guys got nothing.
understand, this is not it.
Right, we want
This
to
will be-
commend the
This will be for
senator, though.
businesses with 50 employees or less.
Yeah, I want to commend the senator, by the way, for his leadership, since the very beginning on this. But nothing's gonna work anything like, just going there and shopping in our local stores, especially our restaurants. They could really use the help.
I'd also like to commend the senator and all of our state representatives for working on getting this program. The program may be approved tomorrow, but it won't open until a couple of weeks, is that correct?
Probably won't open until the end of April, around the end of April, once, they've got to build the program,
Yep.
they've got to set up the computer application process, so, but they are moving at rapid speed.
Thank you. Oh, Fred.
How are they, Senator, how are the small businesses gonna know that this is in existence so that they can apply for the grant?
There's gonna be a marketing campaign, and for those that, we're gonna ask the chambers, and then many of the small businesses did show up at a couple of these different events, so, for those that have the information, they're gonna be contacted.
So a full media campaign.
Correct.
I'm sorry, Mayor, I just want to echo a point, very nicely put by Councilman DiFilippo. I had stopped in before our housing meeting, guys, the other day, which always seems to last 2 to 3 hours. Roses right on 46, and I just happened to talk to the fellow who runs the place, and he was telling me, I said, realistically, what are we looking, he's like 20 to 30% reduction. Now, I don't know that that's, across the board for everything, but it's really happening. People really are getting pretty bad.
That's the number I hear, Fred, for most of the businesses I speak to.
Some businesses hit harder than COVID.
Yes, correct.
Just to bring that up. Thank you.
All right, motion to adjourn. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night.
Do you have a map of the, where'd you get this? What's the website for the? Cool. This is Ward 1, and this is also part of it. This is Ward 2. See, this is Ward 2. This is Ward 3. Ward 3 right here. This is 4. So this is I-80. This is 46. This is Route 10. 206 comes down here. From here. And we are right. Yeah, we're right here on.
Concern they see, we,
Right.
and then all of a sudden what
Yeah,
happens?
yes.
Something's better, someone else
Yeah.
calls, this is a
Anyway,
big
yeah,
town,
but-
and then we go somewhere else,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
good.
people start speeding again, and we just move around. Of course.